A pleasant good morning. A pleasant good morning. In this world that we're living in, there are some who are good. There are others who are better. But then there are just a small few who are best. Gentlemen, our goal should always be to ensure that our good is always better and our better is absolutely the best. With that being said, do we have any men in the house right now? Yeah. No, you see you guys sounding sort of low. Do we have any men in the house right now? Yeah. All right, so listen to this. Even if I fall like rain and it hurts like pain, I'm still hot like fire, gotta burn like flame. You see, I'm a freestyle fanatic. Yeah, they call me insane. Studied hard, read books. Yeah, the boy got brains. Graduated college, made my whole life change. Suits, I'm now rocking the ties. I'm here matching them. Got my slacks on, walking out, relaxing them. Gotta keep my swagger turned up to the maximum. You see me, man, the world ain't ready yet. Haters want to hate me all because of my intellect. Whoa, until the day I retire, but I'm from the Virgin Islands where they yelling more fire. Any Caribbean people in the house? So it's time to go higher. That's what I require to motivate and inspire, my one and only desire. So sit back, admire my flow and my attire, because the way we play this game is making veterans retire. Men, are we in the house right now? That's what I'm talking about. First of all, let me get back to business and thank President Stephen Jerome. Let me thank Mr. Cecil Wright, and to all the mentors who are here today. Give them a round of applause as they're standing here. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be standing here with you today. And it's truly an honor and a privilege to be in the presence of greatness, to be in the presence of the future. As I was walking around talking to some of you students, I heard about future entrepreneurs, future engineers, future fashion icons, individuals who are prepared to take the path towards success. And I believe in one simple philosophy. As you are on your journey towards achieving success, from right now as you're in high school, you have to start to see things that are not as if they were until they become your reality. Let that simmer a moment. Back in the islands, we would say, pull up! I want you to see the things that are not as if they were until they become your reality. And what I basically mean by that is that if you want to go out there and be an entrepreneur, you are not that right now, but you have to start to see yourself as that. Start to conduct yourself as that until you become that entrepreneur. You got to see it from right now. And I believe that if you can see the invisible, then you can accomplish the impossible. Now, they talked about my accolades and accomplishments, and I'm grateful for all of those things, but that was not the beginning of my journey. As a young man growing up in the U.S. Virgin Islands, I was in love with sports. At a young age, my mother used to always tell me, you have to be the best of the best in whatever you do. You have to work hard. You have to be dedicated. It was just me and my brother at that time. And at the time when I was growing up, I was so in love with sports, I used to say to myself, I'm going to be the first baseman for the New York Yankees. At the time when I was in Little League, my coach told me that I was too short to play first base, so he put me in center field. Any center fielders in the house? Baseball players in the house? Yeah. So he put me to play center field. And after a while of playing sports, I was sort of discouraged because I wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to do. So at that moment, when I moved on to go towards high school, I started to dibble and dabble into the music industry. I love music. I love writing it. I love making it. And for the most part, the reason why I chose sports or I chose the music industry was because I didn't really like school. And so many of us, at times as young African Americans and Latinos, as young men, sometimes try to take the easy way out. We try to say, you know what, I don't really like education, but I'm going to do whatever I can with the talents and the skills that I have. Young men, let me tell you something today. You can either rise on your own wings or be held back by your own weight. I want that to simmer in for a moment. Every one of us in this room has talents, abilities, gifts, and skills, things that can help us to rise to a next level. but we could also be held back by our own weight. And our own weight sometimes could be procrastination. It could be a bad attitude. It could be us not engaging ourselves in other activities to learn more. So today what I want to encourage you to do is to be persistent in the pursuit of your goals. I don't want you to sit down there and feel like as if the only way you can make it is through music. Because I thought that at one point in time, but it took for me to engage myself in some other activities to recognize that there was more to it. I educated myself. When I moved here in 2002, my goal was to be in the music industry. And I remember I was living right there on 182nd and Davidson Avenue, here in the Bronx, and I was residing with my grandmother at the time. And it was such a depressing thing because my grandmother was living in some deplorable conditions. You see, I'm from the island, so sometimes we have hurricanes and you might not have electricity for a little while. But there were certain things that I wasn't used to. For example, I wasn't used to getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night, because there's no heat, no hot water, and I'm freezing. Some of you are doing that right now. I wasn't used to getting up to go to the kitchen to get something to eat, and the roaches and the ratchets are coming out and saying, "You coming to eat? You want to eat with us?" They were there before me. I wasn't used to that. So I was so depressed that my grandmother was living in such deplorable conditions, and when I left the islands, I had $400. And I remember I was walking right here on Fordham Road, and I said, you know what, let me go up there to do some shopping with my last $60 in my pocket. And as I'm walking on Fordham Road, I see a gentleman, and there's a cardboard set up, a box there, and he has 3 cards. You guys ever seen that on Fordham Road? So me being fresh off the boat, I see them shuffling the cards, and I decide at that very moment, let me go check that out. And I go over there, and when you're desperate, when you don't have money, you're going to try to do anything to get some money. So I go over there, and the guy is shuffling the cards, and he's shuffling, and he's shuffling, and he's playing, and someone is playing with him, and they're playing, and the person is winning, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, and I'm saying, man, aren't you an idiot? Just win your money and go. Not knowing it was a setup. So I went over there, $60 in my pocket, and I look, and the guy's talking really quick. He said, look, come double your money. If you got 20, you can make 40. If you got 40, you can make 80. You have 80, you can make 160. How much do you think I put down? I put down the full 60. The last $60 in my pocket. So the guy is shuffling the cards. I'm looking, and when he stops, I say, I know where the red ball is, and I point. Of course, he lifts up. There's no red ball under it. All of a sudden, I turn to Inspector Gadget. Hold on. I knew I saw that red ball under there. It was the last $60 that I had while I was here in the U.S. Jim Rohn, a great motivational speaker, said that people change for 1 or 2 reasons in life, either because of inspiration or because of desperation. And you could imagine at that very moment in time, I was desperate. And it was hurtful. To add insult to injury, I remember I was walking on Fordham Road, and there was a young lady by the name of Deidre, fine girl. You guys know any fine girls in your school? Yeah. Young girl named Deidre, fine girl. She grew up with me in the Virgin Islands, and I end up seeing her right there on Fordham Road. And of course, when you see somebody who you haven't seen in a long time, you get excited. Deidre, what's going on? We run, we hug. Yeah, she's looking good. And at the time, when we're having this discussion, now she starts to tell me, so Sherman, what are you doing? You know, right now I'm here at Monroe College. I'm doing my bachelor's degree in business. I have an internship going on. And I'm saying, wow, you know, when you're in those type of conversations, you go, wow, wow, for real, wow. So we're going through this conversation, and she looks over at me after she goes and brags about everything that she's doing, and she says, so what are you doing? And fellas, you know when you don't have anything to say, the first thing you say is, well, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, I'm just here, you know, trying to do my thing. And she says, so what do you have going on? I say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing my music thing. You know, I've been in a number of videos. You didn't see my videos? Oh, no, they weren't really there, you know, but yeah, I'm doing my thing. I remember leaving at that moment and feeling so embarrassed at the time. And it was something that was burning me up inside. Because here it is, I left the Virgin Islands, moved to New York City. I'm making no guap, no moolah, no cheddar, no money. And I'm here now, and I see a friend of mine, and she's doing well, and I'm not doing anything. I have nothing positive to say about what I'm doing. It was at that time that I said that change needs to happen. And right up on Fordham Road, there was Monroe College. I came right here to this school. And when I enrolled in Monroe College, I didn't even know what I really wanted to do at the time. So I just decided, you know what, let me study business. This was one of the best changes of my life. Because when I enrolled in Monroe College, and you should give a round of applause to the staff and faculty of Monroe College.